What's up, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Paris and I make videos all about candle making and the starting and managing of my small candle business, Lady Simone Candle Co. Long time no see with me in the kitchen. It's been quite a while. I miss being in my element, miss being in my zone. If you haven't heard or if you haven't saw my past couple videos, hubby and I are expecting. so for the past few months, I have just been taking it easy, focusing on my health. I was really sick. I'm really on the extreme side of the nausea and dehydration and all that comes with the first trimester of pregnancy. So I am back at it. I'm so excited to be in the kitchen. Today we are trying out some new wax and I'm excited to tell you about a giveaway and a collaboration that I'm doing. So let's just get started. Alright guys, welcome back to the Lady C Lab. Hey, I'm super excited to be back in the kitchen. So actually this is going to be a two-part video. I am doing a collaboration and a giveaway with Maryland Wax Club. The owner, young lady name is Mika, and her and I had not only connected on social media, but she also emailed me and approached me about doing a collaboration and a giveaway for my followers and my wonderful Lady C fam, my subscribers. And she sent me some wax to try, wax that I have not tried yet before and I've been wanting to try. And I am going to give you all the deets on her business, and she's a small business owner like your girl here and just doing her thing in the Black community. So very proud of her. I'm very excited to do this collaboration with her. On top of, you know, my subscribers get to win a little something, so that's always exciting. So I actually just opened her package. Here is her beautiful thank you card to me. Packaging was A1, and then here is the wax that I will be using that she sent, and it is Coco Apricot. And again, I'll be giving you more details later on in the video. So let's just get started. I have my pan back here. Go ahead and start boiling that. I am just going to test this wax just using one candle. Part 2 of the video would be all the giveaway details and me showing you a few burn sessions and just giving you my final review on the wax and what I think about it. So we are going to go ahead and get started with making our candle. I have everything that I need. If you don't know by now, I have plenty candle making beginner videos, but of course you need your jar, wick sticker, fragrance oil, which today we'll be using Black Sea. This was sent to me sample from the Flaming Candle. Got my handy dandy thermometer, my carving tool for the wax, and my stirring utensil, and of course my pouring pitcher. I have my scale over here and alcohol and paper towels for the cleanup. So we're gonna go ahead and get carving. I am making, so this is a 9-ounce jar and it net weighs 7 ounces, which is 198 grams. I am doing a 10% fragrance load, so I need 180 grams of wax, which leaves me 18 grams of fragrance oil. So that is how we're going to make our one candle. So let's get going. All right, so I have my wax over there and the double boiler, measured out my fragrance load. A couple things about my supplies because I get asked quite often. For measuring out my fragrance oil, I use either really hard plastic cups, like the hard plastic, these super hard. this is for when I'm making a big batch of candles because it holds way more fragrance oil. I've also have used Dixie cups as well. You can always use some sort of like container to measure out your fragrance oil. This is how I first started. And then I just recently started using silicone cups. Very easy to clean. I clean it out the same way I clean anything else. My scales. So I have 2 different scales that I use. Well, I really have 3, but I only use 2 now. This was the first scale that I started with years ago. And I got it off Amazon, super cheap. It was like $12. And so this has came in handy. It's just a regular old kitchen scale. I've had it for 3 years now, and it has done me pretty well, actually. However, I just recently upgraded to this bad boy here from Pro Candle Supply, and it has all units of measurement, which I love. Y'all know I'm a grams girl, but it has all units of measurement. So this is handy dandy. Love this bad boy. And then I also have this pocket scale, and I actually use this now for my fragrance oils to measure them out because it actually measures to the closest decimal, like right down to the closest decimal of the number. It has all units of measurement. It is a gram scale as well, but it has other units of measurement. So I actually use this for my fragrance oils. So those are my scales. I get asked quite a bit what scales I use and, you know, of that nature. So I thought I'd throw that in there while we're waiting on our wax. One thing that I noticed right off the bat with this wax, it is so creamy. It's ridiculous. Literally, I was cutting into it. I felt like I was cutting some good old butter. Okay? Like I was about to make me a grilled cheese sandwich or something. It is the softest wax I've ever cut into. Way softer than coconut soy, which is what I use. This is, again, Coco Apricot. The softest, smoothest wax I've ever cut into. It literally is like you're cutting into butter. I mean, it's so soft. I cannot wait to see how this acts and how it holds up in all the testing and stuff. So we are melted. We are right at 185. Perfect. I'm going to go ahead and wick my jar while that is cooling. One little tip. I do get questions about coats. I was about to say cold spots, wet spots on your jars. So one little candle tip while we're here. I normally heat my jars in the oven. So every oven is different, but I turn mine on about 170 degrees, and I do wick my jars first. I do wick them first, and then I put them in the oven and let it do its thing. I leave it in there. A lot of people say, well, how long do you leave it in there? Honestly, I check it after a few minutes, and if I feel that it's warm, the jars are pretty warm to the touch, borderline hot, then I go ahead and take it out. What I do notice, and what a few of you have probably noticed, your wicks will kind of melt because there is a wax coating on the outside of these cotton wicks. So it will kind of melt over, it'll kind of do like that, but it does not impact the performance of the candle whatsoever. The wicks automatically will reharden once you pull them out and it hits the air. So once it hits the air, the wick will begin to stiffen up. And once you center your wick with your wick centering tool, you're good as new. So it does not impact the way the candle performs or anything. So I just wanted to throw that out there because I get a lot of questions. As far as heating your jars with the heat gun, I have done that before. However, I find that, especially when I'm working in batches, that the jars do not stay as warm as I would like it. Versus with the oven, the glass tend to retain a lot more of that heat a lot longer, versus sitting here with the heat gun trying to do every single jar. To me, because I work in batches now, it's just a little bit more tedious than I like. However, teach his own. Do you. And so while I'm gonna let this cool, and then we will come back, add our fragrance oil, stir, go ahead and pour, and then we will get into all the deets about this awesome wax here. All right, everyone. So here is the Maryland Wax Club, the website. I wanted to share this with you all and definitely give you some details about this candle supply brand. Her name is Mika. She is the owner. And first of all, I love that it's Black owned. That is awesome. And I love what her mission and her goal is, for us fellow candle makers. Her and I had a really, really great discussion. And part of the thing that I wanted to bring up and bring to you all's attention is that not only is her goal is to provide us with candle supplies, right? And be yet another candle supplier. However, she is a fellow candle maker. And I love that, because what better way to understand what us candle makers are going through than to be one yourself? And she is one. And she understands what plague us, things like shipping and the quality products and the consistency with those products. And those are her top concerns with her business. And one thing that her and I focused most of our conversation on was the topic of our net margin, something that I do touch on quite a bit in my coaching program about, properly pricing your products and understanding your numbers as a small business owner. It's very, very crucial. And how else do you expect to build a sustainable, profitable business without, number one, understanding your numbers, the coming and going of your money, but also your net margin, and not just focusing on the gross income that you're getting. We all know that shipping is a pain. It is definitely a pain for me, because the product, my suppliers, I don't live near any top suppliers, quality suppliers that I want for my products. If I'm making candles and I'm supplying a product, I want it to be right. And so her goal is to provide some relief for East and Mid Coast candle makers. And I am in that Mid Coast area, and so I love her for that. So here is a list of the waxes that she provides, along with wicks as well. Again, her goal is to not only provide relief in the shipping area, but also be yet another candle supplier that will guarantee quality and consistent candle supplies. In particular, her Eco 26 and her Coco Apricot, I'm sorry, not Eco 26, but EC 26, the coconut soy wax, in particular. Those are the waxes that are actually manufactured and trademarked by Cal Wax. These are the same waxes that a lot of the large luxury candle suppliers carry. And so she is actually bringing these high quality waxes to us to relieve that shipping cost, especially for those who live on the Mid and or East Coast. I am Mid Coast. And so, and that helps me because shipping is crazy. It's when you're shipping wax is heavy, especially when you're buying in bulk. And so she provides a lot of that relief for our areas. And so that is a little bit about her. You are welcome. I will put her website and her Instagram below in the description box. You can check out her waxes and things like that. There's info on shipping, returns, all that good stuff, but definitely check her out. Again, I got the Coco Apricot, and in part 2 of my video, I will be doing my burn test and testing the scent throw. As I mentioned earlier, the first thing that I immediately noticed was how soft and creamy the wax was. That's probably the softest wax I've ever encountered. Beautiful wax, melts beautifully, and yeah, I'm just excited to see how it turns out. So definitely check her out and support her. She is another Black owned business, and look, y'all, she is bringing these high luxury candles, waxes, and supplies to your fellow candle makers and helping to relieve those shipping costs, which tend to cut in quite a bit in our margins. So those are also some tips thrown in there as a small business owner. Know your numbers, know your business. All right, y'all, so there you have it. Here is the final product. It's already starting to cure. So again, this is part 1, me playing with the wax, making the candles. So stay tuned for part 2, where I will give all the giveaway details on how you can win some of this awesome wax. She does have 2 other options to choose from as well. Also, stay tuned for next week's video, as I will be conducting some burn tests and testing the scent throw, hot throw, all that good stuff, and giving you my final review on this Coco Apricot Wax from Maryland Wax Club. So make sure you tune in next week. And until next time, bye.